Hey everyone, my name is Matheus, and a few weeks ago I received an email that changed everything for me. I was a Brazilian software engineer with no previous international experience that managed to get a job in a US based tech company. And I'm here not only to tell you that I made it, but I'm trying to explain you how I made it and what worked for me and what didn't work for me. And more than this, I'm trying to give you numbers, so how many times I applied, how many meetings I had, interviews, and how much time it took for me to land this job. So, first of all, who I am. I am Mateus, you already know that. I'm 19 years old. I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's degree in computer engineering here in Brazil. I have some background in competitive programming. I used to work in a small company here in Brazil as a software engineer. I used to work a lot with web development, so React, CSS, HTML, JavaScript, and also with Python and AI. And last year, I think in November, I went to a congress in Sao Paulo to understand better how is the market right now, how is the international market specifically, and to understand how people manage to land remote jobs or to relocate to Europe and different countries. And that was the point for me. And in that day, during that congress, I decided I would try to land mine. So all of my life and all of the way I position myself in social networks, LinkedIn specifically, it changed from that day. So trying to change my LinkedIn and this kind of things, trying to get attention from international recruiters, that's what I decided to do. And I need to say, I am not any specialist. As I said before, I am 19 years old, so not that much time of experience, but I managed to do that, and I think you can do it too. So, what didn't work for me? In the beginning, I thought that volume was the most important thing. So, I applied to hundreds of jobs and I managed to get like 20 interviews in 4 months, which was good, but most of the interviews and most of the jobs I was applying wasn't even a good fit. And I had to understand my profile, my resume, they were all pointing to a React or a front end engineer, and that was not what I wanted to do. I had already decided that I wanted to become an AI engineer. So I needed to stop that and think, okay, I need to position myself as an AI engineer. So I developed some personal projects. I took some courses, and that was actually important to me. And then I was positioned right as an AI engineer as I wanted. And I wanted to talk about something here that I think that is important, and most of people do not talk about that. That is your mental health during this process. I think most of the times you think there's no space for you in the international market, that there's no opportunity for you in your current moment, and that's not true. Maybe you just couldn't find yet what fits you the best. So I understand that, and it's really tiring. Most of times, some recruiters wouldn't even give you a feedback and give you any return about your interview or how is your process going. So I think I need to tell you that I know how it is, and I know you feel it too, and most of people won't talk about that, but that is important. You need to understand that it is part of the process, and you cannot let that stop you from getting what you want to chase your dream job or your opportunity. So I understand that, and I think that it's important for you to understand that it happens. It is normal. Unfortunately, it's part of the process, but you'll get through it, and you cannot give up on that. So the real problem was not who I am, was not like what I am able to do or not. The problem was how I was presenting myself. So I was chasing AI engineer jobs with a profile that didn't match that. So the first step was to trying to make it all from zero. So go back to step zero, and I've changed my headline, changed my summary, changed the things I was posting, and I did a lot of things like that. Changed my resume as well. And it was important to me because it didn't change not only how many times I was getting like offers and this kind of things, but also the quality of it. So getting offers and getting contact and finding jobs that would really fit who I am and what I was trying to achieve. So that was very important for me. I also made a small automation. I'll try to leave the link here. I have a GitHub repo for that. Nothing really big, but it could concentrate some of the job opportunities abroad for me and trying to filter that with my profile to try to find the best matches for me. I'll try to link it below. Okay, so I think that was the most important part, presenting myself as an AI engineer. And one very important thing that I'll have to tell you, if you're on this journey, if you're trying to achieve this, you cannot be shy. So one of the most important things I did was trying to grow my network. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, if you see any profile of a recruiter that works in international market, text them, try to understand what are they looking for, how is the market right now, how can you position yourself better. If you see someone that works in a company that you want to work in, text them, try to understand how did they manage to get the job there, how can you do the same. If you see someone that works in a country that you want to work, or someone that works remotely for a US company or an Europe country, you can do that, and you need to do that. You need to grow your network, you need to get experience from other people that see the market different from you, or that did the thing that you want to do, that achieved the goal that you want to achieve right now. So that is very important, trying to talk to as much people you can, trying to understand how the view is. And I admit, after I made the post in LinkedIn, a lot of people talk to me, and I try to answer all of them because I really want to help. I know that it is very important, as it was important to me too. And I think that this was the key part for me, growing network and presenting myself right. I think that this is what you need to focus on. So now, talking about how was my process. First of all, the recruiter contacted me on LinkedIn. So this is the importance of having a good profile. He said he had a job opportunity and he liked my profile. I said, okay, let's go with that. I was very excited and very anxious as well. I went through all of the process, so all of the stages, all of the interviews, and in the end, I was rejected. He said they really liked me and liked my profile. I was a good fit, but they needed someone with more experience for that role. And I said, okay, I'll need to deal with that, right? After that, I kept applying for different companies. I had some more interviews, and I received a positive return for a company. I received an offer, and I accepted that. But 2 days later, this same recruiter texts me again, and he says, like, we have a different opportunity right now. We remembered you. You went very well. What do you think about that? Made the offer. I say, okay, I'm going for that. There is the negotiation part, and it took some days talking about salary and this kind of things. But it was very nice and very simple, to be honest. I needed to talk to the other company that I have changed my mind for a different opportunity. So one of the things I would like to say with that is getting rejected the first time was not the end of the line. It was actually just part of the process. Because months later, they contacted me again, and this time it went very well. So one of the most important things, I guess, is to make a good process. So if you're doing the interview, if you're going through the process, try to be the best version of you. You never know what can happen after that. Maybe you get rejected one time, but they will remember you, or maybe you will get rejected by that company, but the recruiter will have contacts in different companies and they may recommend you. I don't know. But if you're doing that, if you're going for the process, if you're going to the interview, try to give your best. I think it makes a lot of difference, and it helps you to understand how is the interview and improve yourself for the next one. Okay, so what would I do differently? I think that having your profile ready is very important. So have a good headline, a good summary, try to describe your experiences, make some posts eventually talking about things you're learning, things you're doing. I think that this makes a lot of difference. Second part, I think that focusing on something is more important than being good at everything. So if you're looking for an AI engineer job, for example, try to focus your whole profile on that to try to reach people that are looking for that. I think that it also makes a lot of difference. I think also having a real project is very important. So having something to show, something to get real experience if you do not have some. I'm not talking about like tutorials and this kind of things. I'm talking about real projects. Try to find something that you would maybe use in your daily life, or something that is a problem that you can solve with some project. I think that this is very important. Another thing, a perfect English and a functional English, they are completely different. You do not need to have a perfect English. Most of times you won't need it. You need to know how to communicate, you need to know how to talk to people and how to understand things. So in your daily life you need to use it, so it's important to have, but it doesn't need to be perfect. Most of times it won't be perfect, and they are not looking for that. If you do not have a perfect English, that is completely fine. And if you can, try to automate the process a little bit. You can use the automation I'll leave here below, or you can develop your own. But trying to automate the boring part of the process, so looking for job opportunities, is really tiring. So you can save energy for what is important. So the interviews and this kind of thing, so you can save energy for that. And after all of this process, I finally got the email that changed my life, telling me I was hired. And I can say something, guys, I'm working there for 2 weeks now. It's worth. It's really worth. It's a completely different experience for you, different culture, freedom, responsibility, the fact that you're gonna be using English like all the time. It is worth a lot. I have learned a lot of things in only 2 weeks, so I can barely imagine what I'll be learning in a year or more. And I can say that if you have this dream, if you have this goal, go ahead, go through the boring parts, go through the process, but keep chasing your dream. I know you can make it. And I think that's it. I'm a pretty good example that you do not need to have the most experience. You just have to have courage. You just have to chase your goal. You have to talk to people. You have to go through all of that. But I promise you, it's worth. And I think that's all for today. I'll try to keep bringing more things here. So keep up with my LinkedIn and also here on YouTube. Subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you very soon.